And for people who don't know the landscape of Angola, like where is it located in Louisiana? What is the landscape? What is the topography of it? What
Good
is
question.
around?
First of all, the name itself comes from the first slaves who came from Angola, Africa. They told them, "This is your Angola now." That's what they told them. "This is your Angola now." It consisted of like 3 or 4 slave plantations, and then when the state got involved and converted into a prison, it became the largest prison in America. Over 5,000 acres, 5,000 acres of land
They say that people who
in the
work in
Tunica
Angola
Hills, right next to
live
Mississippi.
in Angola.
They
Like
got their own neighborhood. Their own. You got we call them B-land kids or incest babies because the niece mess with the uncle mess with the auntie, the mom, and all. So they instant. So they be looking all deformed and shit. They be coming down, and it's all they know is the slave mentality, prison mentality. That's all they know, and they raise them like that. So they get jobs. So when they get 18, they come working in Angola.
your brother, he died before you got there.
One of them. The
One
other
of
one
them.
died while I was there.
Uh, the one that died before you got there, was that the brother that you had that attempted to escape? Or
Yeah, he escaped. He got out.
yeah, can you explain what that escape was? How far he got in the manner of his death?
Well, they got a thing called if you black, you don't come back. When the white dudes escape from Angola and they catch him, they bring him back. They don't kill him. But when a black man escape from Angola, they kill him. They feel like, nigga, you got me chasing you. You got me all through these woods in there at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. It was New Year's of '93. New Year's of '93. Uh, they say my brother used the garbage truck, snuck up under the garbage truck. That's how he got out the gates past the guards. So eventually they say it was the next day. He stayed gone like almost 24 hours or a little over 24 hours, something like that, in the woods. They say he had a vehicle or something, but he didn't get the vehicle, something like that. You hear their story, you hear that. Then when I got inside Angola, a lot of people had their story. So I was able to put a fair assessment together, you know what I mean? But however, some things I can't talk about with that because of the settlement that my mama made with the state too. So when my daddy died, everything, a portion of that came to me. So I had to sign agreements, and it hurted me to my heart, man. Talking about saying that I can't even talk about this to a degree. I'm like, no, I'm gonna talk about what you did to my brother.
Yeah, no,
But he escaped through them, and they said when they caught up with him, they fired warning shots. He refused to surrender, and eventually they caught up with him again. And any marksman know, because all of them trained marksmen. Any marksman know that 6 inches from the shoulder blade to the left is the heart. So they knew what they were shooting at. And it was 3 of them that was on the charge for murdering my brother. The one that doesn't have any record is the one that's saying he did it. But we know the gang, and you got a clean record. You take, but it was 2 of them on that chase team. They got more. Some of them they got more murders under their belt in prison, killing inmates in prison than some of the murderers in prison.
wow,
So
man.
we know who obviously did it, but the bullet went straight through. So they say so they couldn't find a bullet to determine which one of the guns that was being fired came from. Who it came
Wow. Wow, no, I never looked at it from that perspective. As far as the guards might have more bodies than the actual
Yeah, that's
inmates.
that's how dangerous Angola is.
Can you? Is Angola the type of place you could escape on foot? Like, can you run out of Angola and get?
He did it, but he didn't. He got like a couple of miles away. But on one side, that's why it's so hard. It's something like an Alcatraz because on one side is the river. All right, it's mostly like 3/4 surrounded by the river, and the rest of it is surrounded by ravines, woods. And they got some of the wooded areas where when people used to come drive up there to come visit, cars used to slide off the road or boulders or slide down and kill family members trying to come visit. It was just to get up there was dangerous. He was taking a chance just to come visit your loved one back in the day. Now they done updated and everything and try to got it a little bit better, well, a lot better compared to then. But it was real dangerous trying to come up there. But so you got ravines and ditches and wildlife on one side, the Tunica Hills. That's what it's called. That's where some of the Indians used to live, called the Tunica Hills. So you got all that wildlife and ravines, and all that stuff that way. Then on the other side, you got the river. But on certain times, the river gets low and you can walk across it. in that mud though, but you'll be able to walk across it. But it's almost impossible to escape on foot. You need a vehicle or some type of assistance, you know.
Mm.